Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently apparently looking at the L cluster. I'm not exactly sure why. We do have some awkwardness going on in the L cluster, there's no doubt about that. But we're attacking the Vor right now, and we can see that actually one of their fleets came back over here. They're just kind of like teleporting around and appearing places. Okay, sure. Well, that's fine. For the time being, what we're going to do here is continue working our way through the Vor, and of course we're heading over to take back the L cluster with the Federation fleet. So it'll be fine.
Lost.
What fleet was that? Yeah, that's just a single cruiser. That's not shocking there. Interesting. So we see a Vor fleet here in Regulus, and a Vor fleet here in Ukalan. Now, the way that they got to Ukalan was almost certainly via the L gate here, right? But how did they get to Regulus? Like I said, they're just kind of appearing places. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. We're going to be able to chase them down. It's not a big deal, assuming they don't just continue appearing places. But for the moment, this should be fine. We see that they have some fleets up over here. It's okay. I'm not too concerned about it.
Ships upgraded.
Okay, so we finished up upgrading some of our ships. I believe that was these guys here. That's rather a lot there. Yeah, those are all just moving into reinforce, I'm pretty sure. So that should be fine. Do we need to reinforce anymore? Actually, yes, we can go ahead and do that. And I want to check in on our fleet status here. We definitely need to group those together. There we go. And group these together. There we go. The 5th fleet requires orders, and its orders are to move to Roxolana. The 1st deep fleet is... I mean, it needs to be upgraded again. We can do that while it's getting its reinforcements in. That'll be okay. So, as far as our armies go, we are... taking a slightly awkward path. A slightly awkward path indeed. We're just going to head down to Ajax for now, and that'll be fine.
Hostile fleet encountered.
This is generally a slightly awkward setup that we have going on here. And it's mostly because the fleets are appearing and disappearing in strange places, but whatever. It's okay. There are some cases where I'm like, yeah, I can see how they got there, and other cases where I'm just like, what? But it's okay. Whatever. So, yeah, see, they're down over here. Well, we apparently have a fleet here now, too. Why do we have a battleship here? What is in... Is there an L gate in Regulus? How did this battleship get here? And why would it be here? That's baffling. That's a gateway, but that's not relevant. There's a shroud tunnel over here. A gateway up over here. Well, again, how did these guys get here? I'm guessing... You know what? I know how they got here. These are Federation ships that were being built at the Regulus shipyard. That's what's going on here. I'm pretty sure. These are being built not by us, but by our Federation members. So that's okay. But
Spaceport
I
under
still don't
attack.
understand how they got there. The
Spaceport under
Technosphere,
attack.
huh? Where are you at, Technosphere? Gargantua? Okay. So that's all well and good. The Vanquishing Corolla is chilling there. Wait, how many ships can we get in the Federation fleet? We want to look at the Federation fleet. 630 out of 200. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Everybody must have queued up Federation fleet ships. And we're exceeding the Federation fleet cap by a pretty major margin.
Engaging enemy station.
Fascinating. Does anyone end up paying a penalty for that? I don't think so. I think you're just not supposed to be able to build that many ships.
Engaging enemy fleet.
Well, the 3rd fleet requires orders, and we'll head up to Verul for now. And that'll be fine.
Spaceport lost.
So they're just running around over here for the moment. That's okay. We'll deal with that eventually. And then they have a fleet here and a fleet here, right? So we'll need to deal with both of those. I still don't understand how they got to Regulus. Unless they jump drive from, like, Shoal? They did. They did jump drive. Okay. Good to know. So they probably jump drive from either Shoal or Demon's Maw to Regulus. Interesting choice, but it's okay. I'm not going to complain about that one. Okay, so we're going to head up to the Vrul system here, and we need to reinforce our fleet. Cool. We will group these on together.
Engaging enemy fleet.
If,
Engaging
oh, and we're on
enemy fleet.
normal speed. We should definitely bring that up to fastest. Oh yeah, we can't merge these while we're upgrading. That's right. But I do want to move them over to Q. So we'll get them going there. And that'll be fine. The 22nd now requires orders, and its orders are to head up over here and then to Monboth. Cool. The 5th fleet is going to head into Kamiya and then back to Uflau. And that'll be all absolutely fine. And we'll just clear up a bunch of this stuff over here. We've already got the Vor pretty under control here. Did they jump drive in here? I don't know, but this fleet is taking a beating. I'm guessing they jump drived in order to get here. They had to have. To be at that low strength with that many ships, I don't see any other way. So we're going to head up to Vrul here, and I did see that there is a bunch of debris available up here. So we're going to jump drive the Galileo up to Lerzuman, and then we're going to start researching these projects. So we're going to do something kind of like this for the time being. And then we'll jump drive down over here and grab these, or maybe just head over. One or the other. Both would be fine. Cool. We will continue to group these onto the first deep fleet,
Station
although...
under attack.
Actually, I'm not sure that we can group them in. Well, we're not upgraded just
Ships
yet.
upgraded.
There we go. Now we're upgraded. And those will head on in. Cool. So our transport fleet has arrived down here. I want to jump drive those over to Lysiria, and we're going to land on Kadmana Mog. Fantastic. So we're going to start taking these over and fully occupying these areas. That will be absolutely fine. And how are we doing on our Federation fleet making its way over to the L cluster? It'll be a little bit yet, so that's okay. We're sending just the first fleet over there. And yeah, that seems okay. Although, I don't necessarily want this to be following the path that is set here. I want to just take the L cluster for now. So we're going to attack the terminal egress station. And that'll be fine. We'll have plenty of reinforcements behind. The 3rd fleet requires orders, and it will head up over to Oasia. We should definitely continue to reinforce our fleets. And we will do so, continuing to just pump out those ships. Let's see here. Do we have orders here? Back to Eshiuk. Honestly, I'm going to jump drive over to Satula. And then we'll start taking territory like this. I think that'll be fine. Fantastic. The UES Drake can actually make its way over here and start researching some of these projects. Beautiful. If we look at these guys, we can see they are equivalent to us on tech, so they probably do have some technologies that we don't. What do they have traces of? Dark matter reactors, small dark matter deflectors. Are we not running those? I thought we were. Dark matter deflectors, yes. And dark matter reactors, yes. Okay, well, we're probably just going to get some raw science out of it then. That's okay. So we're going to take the first deep fleet here. And I'm actually going to send that out over to join them. That won't take very long to get there.
Deploying Liberation Forces.
And that'll be absolutely great. Cool. So we basically got the Vor under control here, right? They have very little left at this point. And we have a pretty direct path here.
Station
so this all looks
under
good.
attack.
We can take the 3rd fleet and order them to head like so. There we go. Cool. So no problem whatsoever there. And we should have terminal egress back, or very close to it. Yes, indeed. Excellent. So honestly, at this point, I think we can turn off our edicts. I don't think those are required anymore. Now that we can bring the Federation fleet to bear on anything that's actually threatening, it should be completely fine. So we'll take terminal egress back, and then we're going to head in over this direction. But realistically, there's not a lot over there to take. So the north area here is nearly taken. The south area of the Vor down here, that'll require a little bit more work. But that's okay. We'll be able to redirect quite a lot of forces down here soon. So this is all good. The 5th Fleet is... The 5th Fleet didn't bother to take over this station. They destroyed it, and then just left. Okay. Well, we'll definitely go back and take over that station. We'll grab this one on the way. That's fine, but we're going to need to get some more done. And I want to continue to reinforce our fleets, which we will definitely do. Cool.
Debris analyzed.
So the 22nd is going to go to Wu here. And then once there, we'll take that over and then probably head to the south. Maybe via Beta Ursae Majoris. That might be the best way to go. Cool. So we're going to get this area back under our control eventually. But it'll take us some time.
Fleet encountered.
Yeah, it's okay. And they also have a pirate fleet up in Iarli. I didn't realize that. I must have clicked through that event without reading it. That's okay. We can definitely send, like, the 4th Fleet up to deal with that once we are done with Bagel. Cool. So no real problem there.
Colony conquered.
And there's Lyceria under our control. So next up, we're going to need to go to Kamiya. And we shouldn't have our jump drive back yet. Yeah, 75 days. So we'll wait on that. I don't think we're going to jump drive unless it's going to be a substantial time savings at this point. But I do want to start cleaning up a good amount of these stations over here. Now, taking this path, obviously, we're going to be bypassing these down over here. And I don't necessarily want to do that. So I think the better way to path this would be like so. There we go. So that'll be fine. And we'll just continue to head over there. The 22nd Fleet requires orders. And as I said, it's going to go hit Beta Ursae Majoris. And then from there, it's probably going to come down over here. Honestly, that's an interesting path to take. Okay, so jump drive to Beta Ursae Majoris, and then come in and hit Hosent. Like that. Cool. I like that plan. So the 1st Deep Fleet has taken back Joinham. Regulus has been taken back as well. So I think that we can take the 1st Deep Fleet up over this direction. Cool. Do we need to do any more fleet reinforcement? 1 Corvette. We can go ahead and do that. Fantastic. Okay, so we have basically the entire industrial sector of the Vor taken over. This is far less developed down here. And there will also not be all that much resistance. I mean, we do see a couple of decent fleets, but it should be fine. I don't think there will be any major issues there. Cool. So we can see it's 8-32 right now in terms of war score. Would they accept if we status quo'd? They would. But we'd be not I don't want a status quo. We're not going to status quo. That's not going to happen. Okay, we're going to take the 1st Starfleet over to Osmodin. And then from there, I want to just kind of like chase down this fleet. That would be ideal. We'll see if we can do that. But we're going to be attacking from the north and the south here simultaneously. So that'll be great. There are a number of planets to land on over in this direction. So we're just going to kind of work our way northward. There's not that many planets down here. There's only 2. And we don't have claims on either of these, so that's okay. I do want to take a quick look at what we could claim. Okay. I definitely want to get that. We'll make that claim for now. And we'd like to get more claims, that's for sure. Continuing to reinforce our fleets, such as it is. Okay. So the human Star League first deep fleet here, it's not actually a human fleet, but it's a Federation fleet. The Federation fleet is going to make its way up this direction. In fact, we may use it to attack here, just because there's a reasonably strong fleet there. That'll be fine. Cool. So the North is on lockdown. That's pretty clear. We're going to invade a lot of planets, and we're going to want to grab everything that we can. Now, the first fleet here is not doing anything, and that's because it doesn't have orders. We're going to head to Hixeros. Now, if we wanted to status quo, we'd have to go invade Osmodin back. So that's definitely a bit of a concern there. But we're going to go chase down... Well, actually, this fleet is being attacked right now. So we're going to clear up this area reasonably well. No real problem here.
Conquered.
And there's another colony conquer. So we're going to head over to Rocknin Mog, and we'll land there. We're not expecting these to be particularly difficult to attack, and they're not. So that'll be absolutely fine. Continuing to reinforce small fleets here, there is a Vor 70k fleet that has appeared in Lyceria. Presumably it went up this direction. Okay. Well, we are going to have more fleets in the area, so I'm not too concerned about that. In fact, they may lose this engagement. It kind of depends on how the 2 fleets are armed. But I think the Vor will lose this. Yeah, they're losing that. Cool. The Destican Combine just entered the war against us. Okay, so the Destican Combine is not threatening. That does mean that we can use those claims that we made. So that's good. We're reasonably okay with that. Now, I do want to use this fleet to grab Demon's Maw, and then Yeechen. Or Yilon? Yilon. Okay, so we're going to do that. The third fleet requires orders. It is up over here, and it can jump drive over to the Tunari Vortex and go take that. So it will enter orbit of the L-Gate. That'll be great. And then the XT-81 Singularity should fall on its own. Do we have a claim on the XT-81? I think we do. I don't know why they decided to do this now, but sure. Let's check in on our claims there. Yeah, we have the XT-81 claimed. Cool. So we could claim some of these over this way. These are both claimed already. We could claim the LR9 Singularity, in fact. And I'm going to do that. Controlling the L-Gate is huge. So we'll go ahead and do that. And yeah, this will instantly fall. So that will allow us to clean up a decent amount of territory. That said, we're not going to have claims for absolutely everything, right? That's definitely not going to be a thing. We're going to head into here and look to hopefully take out this fleet. They're bombarding, so I think we'll catch them. The first deep fleet has attacked here. We're going to turn around at this point and try to take Lithorius. There's this Destican fleet over here. For the time being, we're just going to do this, but we're probably going to look to attack the Destican fleet later on. And yeah, looks like that Vor fleet did indeed lose. So that's great. We're continuing to take over Vor territory. And we're going to have absolutely no problem wiping this out. So that's great. We also have some ships taking out territory over this way. The third fleet requires orders, and it just took the Tunari Vortex, so I think we're going to send it... We already sent a fleet over here. We could send it just through the LR9 Singularity. That sounds okay to me. So it'll show up there very, very quickly indeed. It's already there. And it'll grab that station. Beautiful. And then we'll head over to Jataramus. The first deep fleet requires orders, and at this point, its orders are going to be... Honestly, we're just going to go start grabbing territory over this way. There we go. The first fleet requires orders, and its orders are to go grab back these territories and just clean all of this up. Like that. Cool. So that'll be fine. We'll get that all cleaned up. The Destican Combine is basically under control at this point. They did send a few ships up this way.
Debris analyzed.
We'll see what they end up doing. But overall, this is looking good. We're having no real problems here. The 5th fleet is heading up over that way. It should be okay. I think we beat the Destican Combine there. Pretty sure we do. So that looks good to me.
Debris analyzed.
The 22nd requires orders. Its orders are to go to Yilon. And then after that, we're probably going to go up via Enigma's End and go take this Destican territory. I wouldn't mind claiming Enigma's End as well. So if we went in here and made a claim, how much would Enigma's End cost us? 60? Okay, we can probably do that before the end of the war. So that should be okay. This Dorbalan fleet is, I think, not going to survive these Destican fleets, but it might live long enough and hold them there long enough for our fleet to arrive. Which would be great. We would absolutely love that. So we're going to head on over. Yeah, physics research. Okay, that's fine. So we're grabbing back all of this territory over here, no problem. And this is completely and totally under control. I don't think we're going to have any problems here. The 3rd fleet is honestly going to just head up over this way at this point. That seems okay. Is our army still invading? It actually is. Embark them. There we go. They're not invading. They're just chilling on the planet. So we're going to head over... We wanted to head northward. So the best way to go would be here and land on the archives. Cool. There we go. I thought it seemed like it had been a while since our army did anything. Now that's currently occupied by the Dorbalan Assembly of Worlds. I'm not sure if they have a claim on that or not, but... How are we doing on our war goals? 558 reasons not to do it. Okay. Unoccupied systems and planets is most of it. And we will occupy those systems and planets soon enough. So we're just going to go take back all of that territory, and we have Yilon now, and then we're going to go over to Enigma's End. From there, we can clear up all of this Destican territory, and I don't think we're going to have major issues from here. I really, really don't. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to wrap up our war with the Vor. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.